Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on the Newbie Farm. Alright, so I went ahead and got this trailer right here. This is for our mixed feed. Strangely enough, it looks very similar to those trailers over there. So now we have three trailers that look almost identical, but that's fine, they all have different purposes. This one I could use for chaff, but I couldn't use it for grass. That's the unfortunate part there. But it does work for this over here, if I remember correctly. If it doesn't, I'll look a little silly. Perfect. So now we're going to pick up our mixed feed, and this thing carries 60,000 liters. So for its size, it's pretty big. Almost too big, actually. But that's the way it was made, so I'm not going to argue with it too much. And this will most definitely give us enough feed for the cows. I'd be extremely surprised if it wasn't. Almost there. Once we get 60,000, we'll go feed our cows, get them up to 100% productivity. Should be good, because it'll be the first time they've had 100% productivity since we've had them, actually. Which is kind of comical when you think about it. But now we have 5,890 liters of milk ready to be picked up. And I have my other fields being planted because we harvested the corn in the last episode. So in this episode, we're going to feed our cows with our lovely silage, which kind of looks like wheat. Or not silage, I guess this is mixed feed. So in reality, you'd use what's called a TMR mixer for this. That stands for total mixed rations. And that would be what you'd basically do is you talk to a I think the name is agronomist, I think. I think that's what it would be. And then you would they would tell you what the proper mix between straw, hay, silage, and all that kind of stuff mixed together. Also, what's nice about this map, it has a mixed feed place as well. I think I mentioned that before, but it's just nice to point it out again because it's nice to have that bunker there. And I was thinking about changing this tractor up because I kind of feel like it's had its use. I don't know how many hours we have on it, and it's kind of getting a little old. Not as peachy keen as it used to be. So I might think about doing that in an upcoming episode. Is upgrading this tractor to, I was thinking something a bit more powerful, not a crazy amount more, but what I was thinking about was the Case IH. Where is it here? Case CVX 175. It's got 175 horsepower. That's what I was thinking about getting. Haven't done it yet, obviously, but that's what I was thinking about doing. It is a bit more expensive, and it's a bit more power, but not a crazy amount more, so there aren't too many other tractors. I could get another one of these, maybe, but I don't think I will. If I remember correctly, that Case actually has wither wheels on it, so if you drive around your field using courseplay, you will wreck your field like there's no tomorrow. So I'll have to consider that before I buy that one. And this one doesn't have wither wheels, so that's the nice thing about that. So that's all we need to do for our mixed feed. So our cows are fed. They are good and ready for 100% productivity, basically. And off camera, he's stuck. I fertilized this field, and right now I'm just planting it with wheat, which is nice because our chickens need some more wheat, although one field probably would have been enough, but I also need straw, so I figured I might as well kill two birds with one stone by planting two fields as wheat. So right now I'll have, where am I here? So I have these two fields as wheat, and this one as sunflowers. And our sunflowers still aren't ready yet. Hopefully in the near future they're ready. I don't know how many episodes I've recorded since I planted those, and they take a long time. But that's cool because they'll pay out the most. I think at this point it actually might have been more worth it to do canola. I probably could have done like 2 or 3 crops of canola before I got the sunflowers off. But I actually managed to get enough money for our new trailer because I sold the corn that we harvested off this field. It gave us enough to buy the trailer. Actually, it's pretty cool. With a little bit of extra. So this is what our field looks like right now. Our sunflowers still aren't ready to be harvested, and once they're finally harvested, I'm gonna harvest those myself because those have been sitting there forever. It seems like, at least. One more pass. Oh, looks like he actually doesn't need another pass. So what I'll do is after he finishes his last little line here, I'll speed up time a little bit, and then maybe, just maybe, our sunflowers will ripen in that time. We'll see. There we go. So he's done. Let's go put him away, or let's go put this cedar away, I should say. It's too bad this thing doesn't have indicators. I don't know why it doesn't, but kind of a nice little addition if you wanted to go the indicator route. I can't say I've played Euro Truck Simulator, but I know stuff like that's a little more important there. In this game, not so much. So just back her up here. There we go. There we go. Nice. Right in the bay. Perfect. So I don't think I need to do anything else with this tractor at the moment. No. And because I have this tractor hooked up, I'm just going to speed up time, so hopefully those sunflowers will be ready. And because I have this tractor hooked up with this trailer already, it also picks up silage, so I'm going to go ahead and fill it up with silage. It does take a bit longer to fill this one up because it is it is a bit bigger. There we go. So it holds 60,000, so we'll be able to empty this out a lot quicker. And let's go check actually on our calves because I haven't checked on them in a while. 1 day and 7 hours. So I think what will happen is once I have 5 calves in here, you'll actually be able to see them. So hopefully that happens soon because we bought this and nothing's happened with it yet. That's life. And the cool thing over here is because we're speeding up time, this is going to get filled up again, which is going to be interesting. But we have some extra mixed feed, so we're okay for now. So straw doesn't use straw very quickly, so we're okay there. Hay and silage we can drop off easily enough. Alright. Almost full here. Let's check to see if that field's ready. Not yet. So hopefully this episode, crossing our fingers, we'll be able to actually harvest that field. Just waiting for it to be ready anytime now, but don't know if it's going to happen or not. Need to keep an eye on my wool there because I've let that get to 100% a couple times. I think there's a mod actually that you can drop some more, I don't know what you'd call them even, I don't know, places where you could, I don't know, they're like the little concrete blocks so that the wool can spawn in more than one area. So we're just going to top up our cows here while we're at this. As they eat a lot of silage here. There we go. Apparently they're full. Don't need any more of that. So we'll just put it in our bunker over here. It's funny, not too many people fix the planes, so like the color and the texture, I guess, of each of the different things, which is kind of unfortunate, but I understand why, because it's a pain. Is it ready this time? No, not yet. Because it's kind of a pain to do that, but it's definitely one of the things that you can tell a quality mod when they go above and beyond and make sure all the textures are done properly as well. Not quite. Almost. There we go. let's go get some eggs, because apparently our eggs are catching up with us really quickly here. And I should fill my incubator while I'm over here. Make sure that's nice and full. And then go over here, pick up our eggs, and then let's switch into the bobcat. I need to start the engine in this. I'm gonna need to go pick up our wool, like I was just saying. So what I'll do is I will adjust where this is placed. Because what will happen is I can just drop it down here, and then it'll actually unload itself, which is kind of cool. I always thought it needed to be attached to something, but it doesn't. So, and it will slowly go down with that too as well. So that's something to keep an eye out for. And I need to find out where I left my pallet forks. I'm going to slow down time here because I don't want to lose out on any wool. Ah, there they are over there. Field's not ready yet. I thought it'd be ready soon, maybe this episode, but based on how long it's been, it'll still be a while longer for some reason. That's the feeling I get. Alright, get this. If you've ever driven a bobcat before, or like a skid steer they call them sometimes, they're actually kind of fun to drive. I've driven them a couple times. As you notice, I don't know if you ever saw that, the pedals actually work in this bobcat, which is pretty cool. They're fun to drive. Very, you can use them all around the farm. They're quite useful. One of the biggest things a lot of people use them for. You can get lots of various sizes of them, actually. Some of the smaller ones. Whoa. Some of the smaller ones you can use for inside a barn, clean up manure, which is kind of cool. I was playing on another map. It was called Holstein Valley. And on that map, you actually had to go in and clean out the manure out of the barn, which is kind of cool. I haven't seen too many maps that do that, but it had it. And the cool thing that map actually had was had a conveyor belt in every single bunker, so you didn't have to do what I do and move the bunker around, or move the bunker, move the conveyor belt around. A minor detail, though. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I've been having trouble with this trailer and our wool, but I find when it's attached to a tractor it works a little better, if this thing would start. You gotta wait till the sound's fully complete before you can actually move it. It's kind of fun. There we go. Let's back this up here. It's funny, it's not a very nice looking tractor, but it actually has a couple of features. If you look carefully on the roof there, where is it? It has a little sunroof or air vent there, and you can open up the doors too. Open the back door. So, considering that's not a very high-end mod, it has some cool little extras. It's cheap, it's 60 horsepower, so I think it's on FSUK. Let's see if I can do this. Alright, so I got this thing to speed up time again. So, oh, is it gonna do it? I always think about getting a front loader just for this, just because it feels like the skid steer has some problems with this. I don't know why, but I had I think I have a mod for a what do you call it? A forklift, or do I? I may have. I think I actually put this in the front loaders. I think I got rid of it. I do have the Merlot. A little pricey though. Yeah, I got it. But the thing with the Bobcat is it's so useful, you can use it everywhere. Alright, this is another trick I found, maybe sometimes it helps. So you unhook it, hook it back up. It kind of aligns your pallet forks a little bit. So this is the trouble I've been having off camera with wool. Trying to get this all stuck. Well, not stuck, but trying to get it proper, but it doesn't work very well all the time, so you have to do some fiddling. One of the disadvantages of the wool. mixing tank is full again. Oh, I thought for sure it was going to do that time. Alright, this time, I swear. Alright, so it's just hovering there. No. And that's the other problem. You have floating bales of wool. So I'm going to move this out of here. And then maybe I'll be able to pick up that bale. Maybe we'll even see some somersaults. Let's see what happens here. I don't know if this is because of the skid steer itself or just because of the wool. I have the more realistic mod on, so it's usually a bit better. Yeah, it's been a bit better with it since I got that mod, but not perfect, obviously. Apparently these are on the edge here, so let's see what happens if I keep these on the edge the way they are right now. Alright, slowly turn here. It's my engine speed. Yeah, let's decrease the engine speed here so I don't turn so quickly. There we go. And slowly slide it on there. Maybe it'll get stuck. Oh, there we go. There we go. And what you do is, if it's like this is what I've discovered, you can just slide it across a little bit here. Slowly and carefully. There we go. Alright. It looks like we almost have enough wool again. Actually, let's go get our eggs first. This is what happens when you speed up time off camera. You have to go run like a madman for this kind of stuff. Collect your eggs. Get your wool, because if you don't, you'll just have a crazy amount of time having to keep track of it. That's one of the nice things about the cows. They just get unloaded automatically. All you need to do is make sure they have enough feed, which you can do. I'm just going to set him up over here because he's going to need to pick it up. So let's line it up here. There we go. Just going to leave that there for now. Turn him off. Let's go drop this off, and then what we'll do on the same hand, we'll drop this silage off. Actually, you know what we can do? We'll just drop it straight into the mixer, and hopefully, I know the mixer only takes 50,000, so because we have time at, no, still not ready. Because we have time at 120 times, maybe we'll be able to drop it all in there. We'll see. Alright, so I'm going to drop this in over here. And it's full, so that's what happens. You see the yellow light there, that's what happens when it's full. Alright, let's get close here. Don't rub the tires. Drop that off. And what I'll do is I'll go back to the Zeter and I'll set him on the wool course. So he drives and picks up his wool. So I'm going to actually unlock the bales briefly and lock them again just to make sure they are locked. And we should get around just over 10,000 for that amount of wool, which is nice. Eventually I might get a trailer that's meant for carrying pallets, but we'll see if that happens or not. Alright, so there's no free space left. So, can we do it again? Maybe. Oh, probably not, because the time's not sped up. Well, that's unfortunate. Check to see if sunflowers are ready. Oh my goodness. Stop everything else. Shut this down. Slow down time. Let that... Oof, I don't know what's doing. Oof, that didn't look pretty at all. There we go. Alright, let's get into our combine. So this is what sunflowers look like when they're ready to go. Get that started up, close that information, get back into the Fent. And actually what we need to do with the Fent is we need to get our other sunflower trailer. Or the trailer could actually handle sunflowers. This is a moment of truth right here. If Finally get to harvest our sunflowers. I feel like we should have like a whole bunch of sound effects, but not my thing. But there should be some sort of, we should have champagne falling from the heavens. I forget which movie that's from. I think it's from Gone in 60 Seconds, I want to say. Oh man, I've seen too many movies. Alright, so we'll dump this off. And then we'll put them away. Because I want to harvest the sunflowers, because it seems like an epic journey of sunflowers, I want to do it myself. I want to be all prepped before I do, so I can just harvest my heart out. Wow, that sounds really bad. Oof. Harvest the sunflowers. Yeah, let's just leave it at that. What I'll do is I'll set this guy on an unload course, so that I don't have to worry about doing the unload stuff. And I set him to combine mode. On manual. Good, he's already there. Get the trailer. So this is the trailer that can actually use all the fruits in this particular map. The orange one over there can handle the silage and I think the base fruits as well. It looks like it's bouncing. Is it bouncing? That's weird. But it does get mud on it, which is kind of cool. I don't think I'll ever wash it, I'm not gonna lie to you. Although I did find out with the other fort I started with on this map, if you have mud on your tractor and you reset it, it will just clean it off, which is kind of cool. Alright, here we go. So we're started, good. Lower our header there, put her in second gear, and start harvesting some sunflowers. So I don't know what the yield on these sunflowers is going to be. It looks like it's going to be kind of low. So we'll have a low yield, but super high profit. Nothing too fancy with the sunflowers and the harvester here. It just looks like as I get closer to them, they just disappear. Which I'm okay with, I guess. I'd like it to be a bit fancier than that and have them do what the corn does, but oh, there you go. I don't know if you heard the sound, but we had our wool just sold there. So now we're up to 57,000. So we could get that case if we wanted to, but I don't know because I totally forgot about the wither wheels on that thing. So that's not so much fun because I like running over the crops all the time. That's one of the reasons actually that I never got the old timer tractors because I found that they had wither wheels on them. I didn't like that. 10%. So I don't think I even. Whoops! I missed some sunflowers. How did I manage to do that? I do like how this particular combine has in-cab sound and out-of-cab sound. So when you're inside, it's nice and quiet, and it actually is pretty quiet in a combine. If you've ever been in one when it's running, it's nice and it's pretty quiet inside. You can have a conversation. Done that before, but when you're outside the combine, loud, very loud. But also, last time I was around for the canola harvest on my in-laws' farm there, I almost got what's the word I should say? I almost got a whole bunch of chaff blown on me from the combine, just because where I was in a gator and I was waiting for people who are taking rides in the combine. Essentially, is what it boils down to. So because of that, oops, here we go. So because of that, there was a little bit of, hey, now we can't. Took forever to grow. We can't miss any of this lovely sunflowers. There we go. Anyways, yeah. So where I parked the gator because someone else was going into the combine, I almost got a whole load of chaff all over all over the gator and all over the place on myself and the guy I was with at the time. It was crazy. Luckily, I was far enough away from the combine that I didn't get that chaff all on. I didn't get blown by the chaff. Would have been. I don't know what that would have been like, and I don't think it would have been pleasant, but doing a Not a very good job of combining, apparently. I think it's because the way this header is like an offset header, so it's a little bit hard to judge the side over there. Now, if I have in-cab control, but I can't see the other side of the, it won't show me the, that one side over there, which is the problem side at the moment. Apparently I have enough space to do a UE with this. That's pretty cool. Gotta love how they just disappear. So we're at 20%. We've done, I think, what, this is the 4th pass? So I guess that's not terrible. I don't know how much money I'm gonna get for this, but it better be worth it. If we get 10,000, it'll be what? 10,000 times... Actually, no, this will be in liters, and it sells per ton at the... where does it sell per ton? Not the freight. I guess the freight yard probably accepts it. Bakery, farm shop. I'm definitely going to wait for a great demand for this, just because it took so long to grow. I like how this map has multifruits. That's pretty cool. But this particular thing takes quite a bit of time to grow. Just based on the number of... Like, I don't know. Yeah, I've even played some off-screen stuff when I haven't been recording, and it's a lot of, it seems like a lot of time has passed on this map. But I believe the creator of the game said he increased the price you get for sunflowers, which I think is definitely reasonable because the amount of time it takes to grow. I think in real life sunflowers actually grow pretty quickly. I'm not 100%. I've never grown sunflowers specifically, but I know they can grow pretty big actually. Did I miss that sunflower? Whew. I missed a sunflower. I've actually tried one time. I was at the in-laws' house again, and they had what they call a volunteer sunflower. So it's in the middle of I think it was a potato field, and they had a single sunflower growing in this potato field. Don't know why, but it just was right there. Anyways, so I was with my sister-in-law, and she was like, we need to get rid of that sunflower. So I was like, sure, why not? So I decide to run up to this sunflower in the middle of the field and try and Chuck Norris drop kick it. Little did I know this sunflower was stronger than I was and just repelled my Chuck Norris drop kick, and I did not do anything to the sunflower. I basically just like flew in midair, hit the sunflower stalk, and dropped to the ground. It was pretty comical, actually. We still refer to that story every now and then, just because it was so ridiculous. But it was fun at the time. It was a long day that day. We were doing hay, so it seemed a little over the top at the time, but it was fun. I don't know. No, it doesn't work. In a combine, actually. Random side thought here. In a combine, this joystick right here is actually what controls the forward speed of the combine, which is kind of cool. And then you have pedals, so you can actually, I believe, you can increase your speed with pedals, but I don't think many people do, just because you're basically moving like in some cases, a $500,000 combine, so you want to be gentle with it. And using the joystick right here is a bit more gentle with it. And actually, the brakes down here, did I miss? No, I didn't miss one. And the brakes are down there, but you can actually, it's what they call a hydrostatic transmission in one of these. So because it has this hydrostatic transmission, it actually stops pretty easily without using the brake at all. I've never driven a combine, but I have driven a small John Deere tractor with hydrostatic transmission, and it's pretty easy to drive. Basically, you let your foot off the forward pedal, you put it on the reverse, and it basically stops by itself without having to use the brakes. It's pretty cool. Really handy for compact tractors. I don't believe they have. I don't know actually. They have them on a lot of compact tractors because it's more convenient. But I don't know if they have them on bigger tractors, so something to keep in mind. It'd be nice if this... There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our sunflowers are finally harvested. I think what happened in the last video is I ran out of time. Because for whatever reason I set it to a duration of 30 minutes. So I guess I ran into the 30-minute mark. And with the program I use, there's a little bit of a break between when they stop recording and they start recording. So the tail end is probably me blabbing on about something. But this is the final... I don't want to say the final frontier, but... it's definitely our sunflowers harvested. Let's just say that. Alright. So, I am going to change that time feature so it doesn't do that anymore. Because it's been a couple times now I've got cut off without realizing, at least. So what I'm going to do is going to drop this over here, and then I'll call it an episode. And I'll have to join these videos together, but that's fine. It's all worth it for the sunflowers. Anyways, I have been Ian Robson. This has been the Newbie Farm, and here we are playing Farming Simulator 2013 on the Newbie Farm. See you next time, guys.